Coming up on Torrance today, the Salvation Army kicks off its biggest fundraiser of the year. Stargazers gather for a glimpse of the sky at the Madrona Marsh Preserve. And if you've ever wondered how some of the city's streets got their names, the Torrance Public Library has the answers. It's all coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Kirk Lyons. It's 4 p.m. on Tuesday, November 21st. I hope your day is going great. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. It's that time of year again when the Salvation Army kicks off its holiday Red Kettle campaign.
3, 2, 1.
We have a very giving and a very cooperative and a very loving community that recognizes that there are many people who just are going through a rough time, that there's a community that cares about them, that they're not forgotten, that they're not overlooked, and that there are people who are willing to provide the help that they need so that they can enjoy this holiday season as much as anybody else. It just makes me feel grateful for the stores that allow us to ring out there. It makes us feel grateful for all the volunteers who go out and ring. We're grateful for all the sponsors and donors who come by and put a nickel, a quarter, a dime, $10, whatever it is, to be able to support these efforts and give back to their community. We are very grateful for Torrance Cable as well, City Cable, for being part of this and helping us to get the word out.
The Red Kettle campaign is the Salvation Army's biggest fundraiser of the year. Major Smith says this year's goal is to raise $80,000. He says the Salvation Army of Torrance distributes about 5,000 food boxes yearly and helps nearly 4,000 people experiencing homelessness with to-go meals and hygiene supplies. Red Kettles can be found in front of Sam's Club as well as many grocery stores in the city. Bell ringers will collect donations through Christmas Eve. If you'd like to hear more of Major Smith's thoughts on the subject of gratitude, he is this week's guest on Candid Conversations, our podcast-style show that preserves community members' stories through open and sincere dialogues.
And we can wake up in the morning and say, I don't feel like I'm in a good spot right now, but what do I have to be grateful for? And we can always find something, whether it's the fact that the sun is shining and the rain's not coming down, or it could be just that there's somebody who gave me a smile out on the street today. There's someone who extended a hand of appreciation, and those kind of things really do make a difference. It can help us get our day moving in the right direction.
You can listen to the full conversation with Major Smith or check out one of our archived episodes at torranceca.gov/Candid Conversations. If the idea of cooking on Thanksgiving stresses you out, there are several Torrance eateries that will be serving food throughout the day. Black Angus is offering a traditional Thanksgiving meal with all of the fixings for a fixed price. If you don't like turkey, any of their signature steaks are also available. Hoff's Hut is serving a rotisserie turkey meal and sides every day through the end of the week. And King's Hawaiian Bakery and Restaurant will have a Thanksgiving buffet. For a complete list of restaurants and special holiday offerings, visit discovertorrance.com. Over at the Madrona Marsh Preserve and Nature Center, a group of stargazers get a closer look at the night sky thanks to dedicated volunteers.
My wife and I are just big fans of space and the solar system, astrology, and so it was interesting to see it laid out. I'm really excited to see just kind of through the telescope and see some of what was talked about earlier.
I'd give us a lecture, and we set up telescopes in the parking lot there, and we usually get long lines of people who love to look at the moon and Jupiter and Saturn. So I want them to take away an appreciation of the sky, because in not too many years we're not going to be able to see the sky hardly at all because of the light pollution and satellites and so forth. Children especially, I'm concerned that they're going to miss the opportunity to see the Milky Way and other objects through a telescope. So it looks like it's going to clear up, and they'll get a chance to look at the moons of Jupiter, the belts of Jupiter, and Saturn. Everybody loves looking at Saturn because of the rings, and the moon. For me, this is exciting to be able to share what I know for the people in Torrance too.
For more information on future programs, visit friendsofmadronamarsh.com. Community members curious about the city's history take part in a unique program at the Katie Geisert Civic Center Library.
And Michael George, who works here on the reference desk, gave a very interesting topic, street names in Torrance, plus a historical background on the personalities where the street names are named after. I found it very interesting because I'm with the Torrance Historical Society, and I deal with a lot of maps, and there was a lot of information that I didn't know about. Michael did a lot of research. He came to the museum for some of that information.
It's important for your local history to know why your street is named what it is. So today we're going to find out who was Post, Cravens, why is it the Benstead Plunge, why does the City Hall have 3 different named parts to it. We're also going to see what maybe your street has to offer us in names. What I'd like them to take away is their appreciation for the local history of the city of Torrance. I'd also like to show them how to do some research to investigate how their streets and buildings are named, because sometimes there is no information and some of these are still mysteries.
The city's public libraries will operate on a special holiday schedule this week. All 6 libraries will close at 6 p.m. on Wednesday evening and will remain closed Thursday and Friday. They will reopen at 9 a.m. on Saturday the 25th. This marks the first time in the city's history that libraries are open on the Saturday following Thanksgiving. Library representatives say it is a thank you to community members for their ongoing support. And if you're looking for something to occupy the kids on that Saturday, the Southeast Library will have a matinee screening of The Little Mermaid. The movie starts at 12 noon at 23115 Arlington Avenue. Motorists in South Torrance can expect some delays over the next couple of weeks. The northbound right lane on Anza Avenue between 234th Street and 236th Street will be closed through Friday, December 1st. The work is part of a project conducted by the West Basin Municipal Water District to install a recycled water main. Public Works representatives suggest finding alternate routes during this time. To stay on top of this and other projects and to get a better idea of the detours, go to torranceca.gov/traffic impacts. Still ahead on this Transit Tuesday, Torrance Transit receives top honors for its work on the Mary K. Giordano Regional Transit Center when we come back in 60 seconds. At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Transit Tuesday, Torrance Transit walks away with top honors at this year's Dizzy's, or Digital Signage Experience Awards, for its work on the new Mary K. Giordano Regional Transit Center. City Cable spoke with Torrance Transit Director Kim Turner at the Transit Center's open house in spring. Turner shared her thoughts about the inspiration behind its design.
We're just trying to bring the excitement to the Torrance, make this an iconic venue for people to come to. So when our visitors come, and they can catch the bus service to wherever they like to go throughout the region. The Jumbotron that you see here is so that we can have entertainment here on the plaza. Mary G wanted a wow factor. And when I hear people walk through here and they're going, wow, wow, I like she's smiling because everybody's saying it.
Fans of the National Football League can check out the center's wow factor every Sunday during football season. You can catch a bus ride from there to SoFi Stadium for Rams and Chargers home games up to 3 hours before game time. You can also catch a ride back from SoFi Stadium up to 90 minutes after the game ends. Torrance Transit recommends picking up a physical tap card or getting it virtually on your phone. Each ride costs just $2 and parking at the transit center is free. For more information, visit transit.torranceca.gov. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a good day.